Episode 13, this one's on bullying. Ryan says I should clarify my stance on bullying. She thinks that I come across as a big, aggressive alpha male filled with testosterone, and I just don't say out loud enough to some of you that maybe you guys are coming to the wrong conclusion. And I don't know why she would say this, because I'm just a big, adorable, lovable little fuzzball teddy bear. I think I'm just really huggable. Not that I like to cuddle, but when I was growing up, I was a pale, red-headed, pudgy stepchild. I got picked on for that. I got picked on for my red hair. I got picked on for my skin. I got picked on for my belly. And I got picked on for being a red-headed stepchild. You know, the names flew. And, you know, I feel like I got a pretty thick skin because of that. And then as I got older and I kind of came into my own, I probably took a little too much of that aggression out on some other people, and I, at times, became a bully. Not all the time, but you know, I certainly made fun of my friends any opportunity I could. I never made fun of the band kids or anything like that, because I just thought that was wrong. I think there are two huge dad jobs on the subject of bullying. There's the bully and the bullied. I think we need to teach our kids, A, not to be a bully, and B, to handle being bullied and to have thicker skins. And we'll kind of dive into both those aspects, but I think both of those things have to be addressed, and a good dad's going to address both of them. Now, on the aspect of being bullied, you know, I feel, and this is what I do, I teach my kids to be strong, to be firm, and to be proud. Let's focus on that proud aspect, because you're going to get bullied at some point. And I think people have gone way too far and gotten way too soft on what bullying actually is, but regardless of how you define it, it's going to happen. Someone will make a comment about you that you don't like. It might reference your opinion, your intelligence, your religion, race, weight, hair, eyes, whatever it is. I teach my boys to be proud of who they are, to be confident in how God made them. You've got to have thick skin in life. You have to be able to take not only the good-natured ribbing, but insults and criticism, even hate. You're going to have so much better of a life if you don't let other people's negative opinions ruin your life. And this starts at an early age. That means dad is constantly affirming that his little girl is pretty and smart. He is always telling his boys how they're going to grow up and be big and strong and successful, great men. You have to build their confidence. And that's easier in some kids, and it'll take a lot more effort in other kids. But they need to believe in themselves. They need to believe in themselves. And it upsets me when I read about a kid that takes their life because they were cyberbullied or regular bullied. Other kids' opinions should not matter. They're dumb kids. They know nothing. I wish they had a voice in their life telling them how great they were, telling them to ignore the other kids, because past grade school, those kids will be losers and you will be the winner. I wish someone had been more involved and noticed the change in attitude, the sadness, the anger, and intervened. Found a counselor, because anything's better than death. Grade school is so short in the big picture of life. Life is long. To end it so soon is heartbreaking, just because a short time later would have been the light out of the tunnel. Be proud of who you are. Naturally shy and insecure kids, they probably need to hear this a whole lot more often than the naturally confident kids. You know, this dad thing is not black and white. Kids are different. Dads are different. Families are different. There is no one answer to everything. And that's why I keep saying, think about what you are doing and why. The other side of this equation is kids who never care what anybody thinks. It's not so much a too proud issue as it is they have no shame issue. Now, if we're speaking truthfully, and I always am, this starts when they're young. Kids have natural personalities, but they act the way they do because of what they have seen, heard, and absorbed, their influences. So, dad, be the model of what you want your kid to be. If you want your kid to grow up to be the person getting arrested for causing a scene at McDonald's because they were out of McNuggets, then teach them to never care what anybody thinks about her or him. Listen, if you teach her to have zero shame, she will grow up to be a part of society you wish would just care a little bit more because damn. So dad, raise them to be confident. Raise them to care about your opinion, mom's opinion, God's opinion. Because our opinions are for your best interest, because we love you. Most moms and dads should be saying this. At the same time, mom and dad are human. I have met full-grown adults that are still to this day trying to earn their parents' approval and are crushed when they don't receive it. If your parents won't give you approval, forget it. It's time to move on. Dads know we are here to build our kids up, to keep them humble, and to guide them to be great adults. In the book Thou Shalt Prosper by Rabbi Daniel Lapin, it mentions you should care about what people think about you. To an extent, you do need to care a little bit, because if you dress like an idiot, if you talk like an idiot, and act like an idiot, people are going to assume you're an idiot. And how many people will present you with opportunities when they think you're an idiot? It is beneficial to care what your image and actions are portraying to the outside world, the world you have to live in. At the same time, you need to know it's okay to be who you are. Regardless of anything, there are people who love and care for you no matter what you look like, what you say, or what you do. Another person's opinion should not cripple you. It may cause you to think, but have the inner confidence and strength to move on or make a change. These things will help your kid not from being bullied. I would never take my kid out of a situation where they're being bullied. I would want them to confront it. That's not 100% true. There may be scenarios where I may remove them, but for the most part, I want them to be able to handle it because that's going to be a part of life going forward. I can't protect them from everything all the time. So they need to be able to how to handle a bully, how to stand up to a bully, how to have the self-confidence to move forward in life, regardless of what some kid's saying or doing. Now, we also have to teach our kids not to be jerks, because bullies are jerks. I'm trying to teach my kids to be a hero in the eyes of other people, not a jerk. The bully doesn't win long term. You can't build a business long term because no one wants to work for a jerk. No one wants to support a jerk. Nobody wants to date a jerk. Nobody wants to spend time around someone who makes a hobby of tearing other people down. It might work short term. In school, you can be the cool kid. You might get a business going short term off fear and intimidation, but these things are not sustainable. A jerk loses his friends over time. He loses his family, his employment. It's not a characteristic that attracts the good things in life. So be nice, kind, humble. Of course, strong, brave, firm. But if you can only feel good about yourself by tearing down other people, then you have a problem. That's not who I want my kids to grow up to be. Strong men, they don't need to be bullies. Strong kids don't need to be bullies. They don't need to pick on the weak to feel strong. Real men, real strength is taking on the big bad bully and winning. That's who we stand up to. That's who we would fight. Stand up for the weak ones, the young ones, the ones who need a hero. My sister showed me how this was done in middle school. You know, she was the cool high schooler, picking up her little brother from middle school. Some of the cool kids in middle school were making fun of the not cool kids in middle school. And she jumped right in and ripped those turds a new one. They didn't want a high schooler tearing them apart verbally anymore, so they apologized. This is what I want my boys to do. Be the hero. Don't be the bully. So when the opportunity presents itself, I tell them or show them ways to be the hero, not the jerk. I point out when someone was acting like a jerk, and I'm informing those little boogers, that's not how Russells act. My boys are not going to be soft. They're not going to be snowflakes. But they're not going to be bullies so they can feel better about themselves. My boys will have more self-confidence, more self-respect, and better moral values than to do that. Now, for the record, I have all boys. Testosterone is flowing here. I don't have a daughter. And I'm sure with a daughter, while the lessons are similar, they may be a little bit more delicate than I'm presenting here. Thanks for listening and watching. Comment below. I'm listening to those comments. Feel free to submit stories, thoughts to Townsend at townsendrussell.com. And of course, find us everywhere. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, and our website. I'm Townsend Russell with 100% Dad and the Dad Group. We're preaching over here for dads to step up, be real men, and real leaders of their homes.